Hello everybody, welcome back. PieCover here. Yes, hustle to hodl. I came up with that sentence yesterday. I don't know if I'm the first to say it. I'm sure I may not be the first, but I said hustle to hodl, and I feel like, and I got 21 sats on ON NOSTR for saying it. It's amazing. It's a good feeling because maybe the people like it. Hustle to hodl. And I came up with it because yesterday I had to go do some lawn mowing, some side job to stack more sats. Basically to hodl, right? Because you want to stay solvent, right? You want to stay solvent and you don't want to sell your sats, just to pay, for food and stuff. You want to have enough money to pay for food so you can secure your holdings, your satoshis, right? So basically I went there and I did some lawn mowing, and there was some other cleanup on the side I had to do as well. And after work, and I was still exhausted, right? Because I had a hard day at work, and after that I have to go do that lawn mowing on the side. And after that my buddy texts me and he's like, "What are you doing, brother?" He called me brother. So I said, hustle to hodl. And I think it's a good feeling for what I want to say today. It's hustle to hodl, because in the fiat land, most people feel like, oh yeah, hustling is dangerous, it's bad, you're losing sleep, you're tired, you make all this nonsense, claims about hustling. But I think it's a good thing. I mean, if I wasn't hustling, right, like when I heard my first, my child, hustling is what saved me. It's just by applying some skills that I've learned, right, from work, from other places, and then I just take those skills and I go do side jobs on the weekend and after work and stuff like that. Yes, it may interfere with your, focus at work and all those things, but believe it or not, if you're ready to do the sacrifice, it's worth it. It's well worth it to sacrifice. It's all about a lot of people, right? Before Bitcoin, they didn't have a motive. I shouldn't say, I don't know if you guys, this word is kind of like a French word, motive, but incentive is the right word in English. Before Bitcoin, most people didn't have an incentives to work, right? Because it's all fake money. So even if they work, they take the money, they throw it in a nonsense program or a worthless fund plan, right? An expensive fund plan, anything like that. They just spend money like just for no reason, right? They don't understand the concept of why money is so meaningful and important as your time and energy. You have to preserve it, right? But Bitcoin makes people understand the value of that. So that, especially for me, by the way, I shouldn't talk for everybody, but for me, Bitcoin reestablished the meaning. But even before Bitcoin, I had a sense of urgency to appreciate money and appreciate saving, because I came from a very low income country, so I have to, I automatically understand the value of money, because first of all, I have families back home to support sometime, because they are in much more need than me. I have like a lot of things, right? So I see like people, some people could just, with just the need of $5, right, can give them, so much brightness in their life. So I understand what why it's so important, right? why money is so important. But for most people, they don't. But I don't want to focus on this. I want to focus on the hustle to hodl. And this concept is important because now Bitcoin is proof of work. Right? Nobody's gonna give you Bitcoin for nothing. There's no Bitcoin loan bank that will give you a loan and give you Bitcoin, and then you have to kind of like get that Bitcoin and invest in things like that. It doesn't work like that. It's not a fiat money. It's a very scarce money, right? It's very rare. It's hard to get. You need to spend a lot of energy, a lot of time to get it. Okay, so this is important, right? First of all, that's important to understand, because if you don't get that, you pretty much don't get anything about Bitcoin. You have to understand that it's a hard money, right? So to get it, you have to work hard, right? Then you need to hustle, because most people are living paycheck to paycheck, right? So if you're working paycheck to paycheck, basically, then you're basically spending everything you make on bills and food and stuff like that, right? So then what you have to do, you either have to call your fund company and lower that fund plan, or spend less in things you don't need, or sell what you have, like things you don't need, like your chairs. I sold a bike. I had a bike in my backyard for 2 years, and I wasn't using it much, so my buddy was using it, but it broke down, and I said, hey, I'm just gonna sell that thing. It's a liability on me right now, because the more time you spend in the yard not moving, so the lower the value gonna drop. So I'm just gonna get rid of it and convert that into Satoshis. So I did. So those are the things. When I say hustle to hodl, it's not just just go there and keep on sacrificing all your time and everything. Yes, but you have to think small as well, right? I mean, there's so many things you can do. Like, people need you on your neighborhood. You don't need to be on the Twitter and then go look for a job in Bitcoin magazine, or look for a Bitcoin job or become a programmer. You don't need that. And I see so many people wasting time on Twitter and social media, even on Nostr now, because I mean, like, those times you're wasting, like, think about it, how much they pay you for a post, right, you make on Twitter, right? They don't pay you much, even on Nostr, right? It's just a few sats, right? But if you go out there, you work your ass off, right, and you take that money, right, you're getting, and you convert it into Satoshi. Think about how much Satoshi $100 gonna get you, okay? So that's more money than the average person in the world can get, right? So if you think about that, and the ultimate way, the ultimate strategy is hustle to hodl. And also, most people, like, they're almost underwater. I mean, if you take or max out your credit card to buy Bitcoin, then in order for you to not declare bankruptcy, is to hustle to hodl, right? Because when you hustle, you can pay down that credit card, and then just slowly get yourself out of debt. And when I say out of debt, I'm not saying like, oh, don't get any debt and that is terrible and all those things. I'm just saying you become less of a slave for the bank, right? So the bank can't tell you what to do, right? So because the bank charge you whatever the interest, and the more they higher the interest rate, and the more you have to pay. So the more you pay off from your credit card, the more of a free woman or if a free man you become. So you become a free human being by lower your debt. So I think it's important, and you don't want to declare bankruptcy, right? So you want to, I mean, I know it's nonsense. It's a fake thing too, but I mean, you want to keep yourself clean. You want to stay solvent. So yeah, so that's why I come up with hustle, you know. And I had I had to dig a hole the other day, and sometimes you may need help. Right? I'm not saying go do it yourself, depending on your age, right? I'm not saying go kill yourself and any job, but there are things you will be able to do, and you'll be surprised how many people need your help in your neighborhood, in your town, right? And sometimes it's not just about the money. Even you could just go help somebody, and then when you need help, and they come help you, right? So you're basically trading your skills, and then somebody else trade those skills, right? So I'm more, you know, I like the human approach better. Like when you trade your skills and the relationship you have with your with your friends, your the people around you. I think it's better. It's not just about the money, but the more you do things, the more advanced and the more you are. Right? Especially if you can preserve that money and that time into something hard, and that's appreciating over time, right? I'm not saying go hustle and then saving fiat. And also, it would make sense, right? If you were hustling to save in fiat, then you're wasting your time, right? That's all a waste of time. But if you're hustling to stay solvent and to hodl, right? Hustling will help you hodl, right? Because so many people are furious, and I was just so mad the price dropped. I understand, yeah, I get it, the price dropped, but hustle to hodl, right? If you want to hodl, if you understand Bitcoin, you want to hodl, right? You want to hodl forever, like, 10, 20 years, 40 years, right? Because you get that. You want to hold it forever, and this is why I think it's ridiculous to say, for people who are saying, Bitcoin transaction, need more transaction per second. Like, we should do less transactions on the main layer, because Bitcoin transaction has to be like once a year, maybe, right? Like, so many people are wasting time, wasting money, wasting satoshis and transactions fees. It's like, you don't have to, right? So, anyways, I just wanted to leave this there, guys. I'm just and the next talk, I'm gonna give you a hint. The next talk is gonna be about fiat school. Because just opening of school right now, so I'm gonna talk about fiat school, and I think it's gonna be interesting. Just stay tuned for the next one, and I love you guys. And if you like, please comment, subscribe, and stream me some sats if you like. And I'll see you again, right, in the next talk. This was PieCover.